Welcome to Conversations. I'm Suresh Kochar. The illegal Bangladesh migration has been a big issue from a long time. And now the Jharkhand High Court has stepped in. On Thursday, the Jharkhand High Court directed the state government to take immediate action against illegal Bangladesh immigrants entering the state through the Santal Parganas area. And that the High Court has ordered a series of steps to be taken for that. Because we all know that West Bengal is swamped with illegal migrants who have changed the state's profile totally, encouraged by the communists and later by Mamata Banerjee, who have made them a vote bank. The court was hearing a public interest litigation in which a division bench of the acting Chief Justice Sujit Narayan Prasad and Justice Arun Kumar Rai said the situation in Bangladesh as of now is politically unstable and threatening for India. This petition, the PIL, was filed by social activist Daniel Danish, who told the Jharkhand High Court the way the demography of the state was changing, especially in the Santal Pargana tribal areas. If you remember, the JMM and Congress won more seats in Santal Pargana due to this demographic change, where more Muslims are there, where there were none before. The court was also informed how this intrusion has actually started changing the demography and posing the threat to the very existence of the poor tribals in that area. And this, the court said, is a big worrying factor. The court was also told in many ways how this entire thing happened, including a banned outfit in Bangladesh, which we all know which is it, has been trapping local tribal girls and converting them and marrying them, changing the very profile of the tribal community in Jharkhand, especially, as I mentioned before, in parts of Santal Pargana. Several madrasas have come up. How did they all come up? Who permitted them? Well, the state government did, with an eye on the votes. But what happens to the tribals? What happens effectively is that the infiltrator first takes shelter and then settle in the local area. So they're all coming from West Bengal, where they all came from Bangladesh, changed the profile of the state in many constituencies in West Bengal, and slowly now has started moving into interior areas of Jharkhand. The state government was then, in fact, when the PIL came, was asked to file an affidavit, which they did in 2 weeks, and all 6 deputy commissioners of the Santal Pargana district were ordered to identify the infiltrators and prepare a detailed plan to deport them from the state. The question obviously is, where do you deport them? Because they themselves are infiltrators. They came to West Bengal, acquired Aadhaar cards, acquired ration cards, acquired birth certificates, all illegally. And now they're claiming to be Indians. The bench of the Jharkhand High Court has now ordered the Director of Intelligence Bureau, Director General of Border Security Force, Chief Election Commissioner, and Director General of UIDAI, which issues Aadhaar, to be made parties in this case. The High Court also suggested that the government of Jharkhand should conduct sudden inspection of Aadhaar cards and voter ID cards and identify the bona fide residents of the state of Jharkhand. The court said these drives will help identify illegal settlers and deters others from trying to enter the state in the same way. But we all know that the state is ruled by JMM, supported by Congress, and they will never do anything like that to disturb their Muslim vote bank. The High Court also said that the center and state government problem of illegal immigration from Bangladesh. The case would now be heard on 22nd of August. This petition, as I told you before, was filed by Daniel Danish, who said that the immigrants from Bangladesh have entered Jharkhand and many tribal areas have kind of solemnized marriages with tribal girls, which is illegal as per law, but they have been doing it. I mean, then settling down and even buying properties in tribal areas, which is prohibited. This is a big threat to our national security. In fact, the petition claimed that the immigrants from Bangladesh have entered the state illegally through West Bengal, and that too through the Santal Parganas areas, as I told you. This is not just an issue for Jharkhand. The same thing is happening in many Indian states. In fact, a report by India's military intelligence in May 2024 had raised concerns about the possible security breach involving issue of Aadhaar cards and of course other documents. The report alleges that over 50,000 illegal immigrants from Bangladesh, Sri Lanka and Myanmar have settled down in Kerala, for example, because the Kerala government supports them and continues to insist that they are their guest. These people acquired fake Aadhaar cards from different centers in West Bengal, in say Kerala, and also in many parts of other states, including Assam. These Aadhaar cards were said to have been procured illegally, and we all know that by infiltrating enrollment centers. That is, they use people whom they know in the enrollment centers and then create fake Aadhaar cards. Many raids have been conducted and many people have been arrested. For example, in Madhupur and Nagaon in Assam, the infiltration happened in the enrollment centers. In Kalimpong and Nadia and Uttar Dinajpur in West Bengal. And of course, Perumbavoor, which is a big center for the migrant labor in Kerala. There also the infiltration happened. The military intelligence also indicated the presence of a large number of undocumented refugees and said they pose a threat to the national security. We all know this. In fact, you won't be surprised that Hyderabad has a football team for the Rohingyas. That is how it is. The situation demands a multi-pronged approach. It cannot happen in isolation or in silos. As the Jharkhand High Court suggested, there should be a total check on the issue of Aadhaar cards. Check with every possible documentation to identify these illegal Bangladeshi residents who are coming in and deport them. And definitely, they said the states should do it. Jharkhand High. They didn't say even Jharkhand state. They said states should do it. Now, petition should be filed in every other court in the country, demanding that the sovereignty of the country is under threat. And these illegal immigrants from Bangladesh have to be identified and deported from whichever state they are in. In fact, the 6 districts that compose the Santal Parganas, they are facing the main threat. And that is where the illegal migrants are happening in Jharkhand. Deoghar, Dumka, Pakur, Godda, Sahibganj and Jamatra. In fact, initially, if you remember right, it was Nishikant Dubey, the BJP MP from Jharkhand, who had demanded that many parts of the state, along with some parts of West Bengal, should be made into a union territory. In fact, Murshidabad and Malda, he was specifically mentioning them because they are now swamped with illegal immigrants from Bangladesh who acquired Indian citizenship illegally. And of course, Kishanganj and Katihar in Bihar has a similar situation. And interestingly, Nishikant Dubey wanted all these to be combined along with certain parts of Jharkhand and made into a union territory to control the illegal immigration because the state governments are not interested. It's high time something is done, or else we will become completely, our demographic profiles in many states is going to change. Our tribal areas are going to get swamped with illegal population. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not your problem or my problem. This is our problem. And we need to ensure that our tribals, our Adivasis are protected, and also our areas in other parts of the country are also protected. In fact, if you observe, the Santal Parganas region has seen a decline in the tribal population. Can you believe it? Because of the influx of the Bangladeshi infiltrators. This is what needs to be stopped, and definitely time has come to take a call. In fact, the Santal Parganas area, the tribal population was 36% in 2000. That has reduced to 26%, down by 10%. Where are these Adivasis all gone? That is what even Nishikant Dubey asked. And definitely all of us need an answer for this. And time has come for the union government to now take a call on this and conduct a complete check on all enrollment centers, check all these illegal immigrants and arrest them and send them out of this country. We are enough. What Great Britain is facing today, we should not be facing it tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Jai Hind.